Have you ever been in a situation where you just see someone who is just totally down on themselves? You know, they take the smallest of things and they use it as a weapon against themselves. They say to themselves, well, because that went wrong, well, that means I'm stupid. Or because that went wrong, that means I'm untalented. Or that I'm ugly. Or that I'm this and I'm that and the other. And you and I on the outside are just listening to this person and we're thinking, Nick, how can you think those things? You know, how can you say those things about you? And we try and boost our confidence by telling them that it was just a small mistake, or that there's great talents, there's great abilities in them, and that tomorrow is a new day, and you know that things will turn around and they're not as bad as they think that they are. And yet, you and I do that to ourselves, sometimes daily. Sometimes we just are really, really, really down on ourselves. Sometimes we take past memories from our past, we drag them up and we drop them in ourselves. And we don't consider that, you know, yesterday's version of us and last week's version of us was a completely different person who didn't know as much as we know right now. That it was a younger version of us. And we don't forgive ourselves for those moments. And we just beat ourselves up. And what we forget is that, you know, the only person that's actually going to save us from where we are or help us get to the better life that we want is us. You know, we are the greatest villain right now, but we're also our greatest hero. In that, you know, you are going to be the person who's going to turn your life around. You're going to be the person that's going to take you from where you are to where you want to go to. But chances are good that hero isn't going to show up because they are just being beaten again and again and again with all the negativity, all the past memories, all the things went wrong, all the kind of small flaws we have. And really, how can we expect ourselves to get better if we can't forgive ourselves of the things that have happened in the past? If we can't understand ourselves more and realize that yes, we may have some flaws, we may have some imperfections, but that's what makes us us. And if we want a better life, it's going to be us that's going to lift us out from where we are. So I'd remind you that, you know, when we see it, when other people do it to themselves, you know, it really is sometimes shocking and disturbing how people really put themselves down and are just bang, bang, bang on top of themselves with all the flaws and all the imperfections. And yet we so easily do it to ourselves. You know, we are sometimes our worst judge and jury. We always kind of give ourselves a life sentence, never forgive ourselves for what we've done in the past, our mistakes or whatever. So maybe today's video, or maybe today, you should be maybe a little bit more forgiving of yourself. Remember that last week's version of you was a different version of you. You were doing your best with what you knew and what you had. And if you have flaws, if you have talents, embrace them because they are part of you. And if you want your life to improve, it's going to be you that's going to move you from where you are to where you want to get to. And for that hero to show up, you are going to have to be a cheerleader for yourself. You're going to have to remind yourself how amazing you are. You are going to have to remind yourself that, you know, you are the only version of you in this entire universe. There isn't another version of you walking around on any other planet anywhere else. You've just got you. So how about today being good to yourself today? How about today being nice to yourself? How about today realizing that, okay, you might have screwed up, but the hero is in there with the villain. And if you want the hero to show up, you have to be kind to them. You have to cheer them on. And eventually they'll take you from where you are to where you want to go to. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.